Hey guys, this is a general reading for Gemini for the end of June and all of July of 2020. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you have significant Gemini in your chart, if you're just drawn to this reading, if you're a cross watcher, like if you're watching for a Gemini, for whatever, for more of a complete picture, or if this doesn't resonate with you, please check out your other signs of the videos I've either already made or will make in the future that fits all of that I just said. Energy is fluid. So this may have already happened. It could be happening now. It could happen in the future. Some, none, or all of it may apply. I could read this as love. It could be career. I could read this as you, and it could be someone else significant to you. So flip-flop it if necessary. Only take what applies. Like, take what fits, leave the rest, because some, none, or all of it may apply. Thank you so much for those of you who have contributed to the channel in the way of donations for reciprocity of energy or just giving back for the time and energy I put into these readings. My PayPal information is in the description box below, as is my email information, all service information. There's a disclaimer, read all of that. I haven't added in there yet, though, like crystalline consciousness technique, so you can look that up. That's really great. It's a fast way of healing, very high energy. It's quick. So I've used that a lot for myself lately, and it's great. I'll do a video soon more on that. Also, I don't have my shamanic services up yet for if like soul retrieval or a shamanic illumination, cords, if you need to remove any energy or add any energy, if there's an imbalance in your energy space, anything really related to that and healing. Also, light language I haven't added on there. I do light language for people, and I'll be doing more videos on that. So all my services are up there, though, but for shamanic services, crystalline consciousness technique, CCT, or like the light language, email me about that if you're interested. Again, email information is in the description box below. So thank you for those of you who have worked with me. Like, I love working with you guys, and it gives back to me as well in more ways than you think. Also, if you can't donate or do a service with me, please know that you could totally give back by liking the video and commenting on the video. Even if I can't comment on all of them, I always read all of them, and I love sharing, like sharing my energy with you guys and everything, connecting with you guys. But please like, share, comment, and subscribe. That's a great way to be able to donate and give back. And it takes 2 seconds and to give thanks for the energy I put into these. Please make sure you're subscribed, even if you've like, oh, I've subscribed before. YouTube's just funny sometimes, and not funny, haha, but funny like, but some people think they're subscribed and they're not. Somehow they've been removed. So check on that and make sure you hit the bell, because I put out different types of videos and I'll be putting out more, okay? I apologize now in advance due to Mercury retrograde. I'm not sure if we've technically went into it or if we're in the pre-shadow, but it's already messing up my language or my communicating a little bit. Like, it's jumbly, and sometimes I don't finish words before moving on and everything. So just forgive me and bear with me. And I think that's it for right now. So we'll just get started with your reading. Give me a second. I'm trying to think of where I want to start with you guys. I'm just going to start it. So in the center of your reading, you have the World. So there's some cycle that's closing up or that's trying to close up. This doesn't really feel really deep to me. I think it's more just to go on. It's a cycle that's closing, but I'm more getting moved to go on to what's crossing it, and that it's the Strength card. I think you're having a little bit of a hard time with it even more so than just a hard time, I think there's a part of yourself that you're really trying to keep, you guys might have trouble communicating right now. I don't know, because I'm really having a hard, like even more so, a hard time talking since going into this. Really trying to like hold a part of yourself back, because it's either for your best interest, I feel like it's different. I feel for some people it's going to be because it's for your best interest, and some people it's like maybe a strategy, or you're just like trying to keep quiet or keep yourself kind of contained in the meantime. Maybe a little bit out of pride, like not to look too like eager and whatever, but also because I don't know, like you had the other two cards going with it is you have the thinking man and you have the third chakra, Archangel Samuel. I think that you're either really doing a lot of thinking about this. It might be affecting your confidence a lot. Yeah, I think it did. Like just your focus and your direction and where you're going and what you're wanting to focus on and all of that. But it has affected your confidence a little bit. It's got you up a little bit in your head. And you're really just trying to calm a certain part of yourself. Maybe even a couple parts, like one that's kind of overthinking or over wanting to do, like it might want to do something that just like, no, that's not going to be smart, or that's not the best thing for me to do. And then even another part of you that's overthinking this and also like not feeling confident about it. This is really hard though, because I don't know if it's literally because Mercury is your ruling sign, if you guys are taking it a little bit harder with the Mercury retrograde right now. But I'm really having a hard time like communicating and thinking, like even more so than what I said. It might really be like affecting you and affecting your thoughts and your actions and just really wrapping you up energetically, for lack of better words. Like it's just really consuming you, and I don't know if it's bringing up like your shadow side or whatever. It's really consuming you though. Like you're really trying to, I almost get the vibe like this being your higher self and this being your body, and it's trying to just like calm you, and it's like relax, you know, because you're really kind of just drowning in it in some ways. You're just not really being yourself. I mean, it is you, but like not your normal self. Like you're not really thinking like normal or doing like normal, or you're just not really being you. Like your best self, I guess you could say that. Like not really being your best self. It's really affecting like your confidence and your overthinking, and just probably in a lot of doubt, and a lot of honestly just getting in your own way for some reason. Like something's being either triggered or blocked, or just stopping you from being your best self is the best way, honestly, that I could put it. You're not in like just your natural flow where it's just, you know, flowing and you're confident and you're knowing and you get what I'm saying. In the foundation of the reading is the Ace of Wands. So there is a new beginning or inspiration that's trying to come in for you. Probably even to bring you in the Four of Wands. You have the Three of Wands in your crowning, which we'll get to. And it's the wand you're actually waiting for. And this reading, I feel, is more, I mean, I'll see more as I channel and get through it, but it seems to be more of like a guidance, or I don't know if you want to say warning, more of like a piece of advice or guidance for you to help you get this fourth wand that you're actually waiting on to make the four of wands. So in your past, you had the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So a lot of back and forth. Maybe you had to make a decision or somebody did, but a lot of back and forth, a lot of wishy-washiness, a lot of trying to keep balanced during maybe some mental games, or maybe even trying to stay balanced and keep your mind right while being around somebody, whether this is you or them. So it applied as necessary, but that you couldn't really trust. I mean, it was just about, you know, this person would go at any lengths, whatever, to win. It's just mind games. It's really, like, you really trying to stay balanced during this mental conflict. And was this you? I don't know why, but I don't feel it was you. And sometimes it can be. Like, sometimes this can be Gemini. I don't even know if it's a Gemini card. But I feel like you were the one trying to stay balanced. Maybe them doing this could have brought it up in you as well. And you weren't being your best person because they brought out this side of you. I guess that's possible. But either way, it doesn't really matter. There was a lot of trying to stay balanced, maybe even make a decision. But a lot of back and forth, a lot of just it being all about, like, who's going to outsmart who's going to win who's going to be the winner in the end, like, going at all lengths to win. I guess I'll go on and come back to that if needed. What? Let's see something. Tell me about the Five of Swords. Three of Cups and Page of Wands. I think you or somebody might have had to make a decision to not come together or not work on something anymore. Maybe there was a lot of mental conflict on whether to stay in something or end something. There probably was a lot of mental games too, though, but there was a lot of weighing out and trying to decide, like, what to do. And I think that either you or somebody else decided not to go down that road anymore, not to work on it anymore. And so now you're sitting there in your crowning in the Three of Wands. where, I mean, you could have turned your back on the situation. They could have turned their back on you. You might just be sitting there waiting. Like, when am I going to get the Four of Wands again? And you do have a new beginning here and coming, and it will bring you the Four of Wands again, or maybe you even never had it. I don't know. But in your likely future, you have the Two of Cups. But it's just with the rest of the reading and the way that this felt, it didn't really feel like a good Two of Cups. So a card that I brought out with it is Attachment. And she's like attached, I don't know, to a face, whether it's hers or somebody else. So it's like, I don't know if you're not trusting like that it's done, or why it's going away for right now, or forever, for now, whatever. You may even be trying to go back and forth in your mind. Like, maybe that's what you were doing in the past too, was trying to go back and forth in your mind, trying to figure out how to get it to work and how to bring it back. Maybe even make it good for you or make it healthy, but at the very least, like, get it to go. And you're just stuck in an attachment part of it. And I wanted to know, like, what went from what's in your thoughts of the Three of Wands to, in your likely future, the Two of Cups with the attachment. And you have action. You have spark. And you have One Ring Circus. And I'm pretty sure One Ring Circus is like knowing that doing stuff on your own. Yeah, you're capable and competent. Like, I'm a little confused, to be honest. Like, I'm trying to figure this out, because on one hand, I feel like maybe, let me pull another card on the Two of Cups. Tell me about the Two of Cups. Whatever this is that you're dealing with, it's a confusing situation, because it feels very not clear to me, and it feels very confusing. And I don't normally have this hard of a time zoning in, but there's something that it feels to me like there's an energy of like a moon vibe, like a moon card vibe, or just a very watery vibe, but in a confused in your emotions, not being able to see or navigate it properly. Like, even though I'm looking at this, I can't really see it. So some of it I'm really gonna have to feel it out, which is a little bit hard, because I hope you guys are following me on this, but it's a little hard because I feel the energy is like you're trying really, like, you have thinking man here, like strength, thinking man, and the third chakra. Like, I feel like instead of trying to feel this out, which makes sense, Geminis usually have a hard time like feeling their emotions. They usually try to think their emotions or communicate as best they can. They have a little bit harder of a time, especially in their unevolved form, of feeling their emotions. And it feels here like you can't see, you don't know, it's confusing. And normally you would have to feel this out and use like your emotions, your intuition. But I feel like I keep trying to think. So I'm trying to think about this, which honestly is confusing me even more. So I'm really going to have to like either ask a lot of questions or really push myself into my own intuition and feelings. This is a very confusing situation. Because, like, on one hand, I really want to say that this situation is done. And that it's the best thing for you and something better is coming for you. And then on the other hand, I want to say that there's something else going on under the scenes, behind the scenes, that is transforming the situation. So, because even at like the bottom, even at the bottom of the deck, you have Queen of Swords. Like, here you are, you know, boop, slicing it out. Right after that, Ten of Pentacles. Completely exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's like on one hand, it's this. And then on the other hand, it's like something about it is transforming that. And then after that, you have Queen of Cups. You have Eight of Cups. Three of Swords. Ten of Wands. A lot of burden and confusion. Seven of Cups. The Sun. Wheel of Fortune. Like seeing something. Like, it's like there's a walking away and a hurt and burden and confusion. And then there's like a freeing energy and seeing. And the energy changes with the Wheel of Fortune. And then there's Three of Cups. Nine of Swords. Five of Cups. Page of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. The Fool. And then there's Four of Wands. They're starting something new. The Tower. And then Three of Pentacles. The Star. Queen of Pentacles. Like, I feel like through this, whatever this is that's going on, maybe, probably an ending. It could be completely an ending, or it could just be a cycle within a relationship or situation, or even a job. Whatever it is that is happening right now is causing like a change or a shift that is actually bringing in like what you want, like the Four of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. Whether it's from, and I don't know, like, it's hard because on one hand, I want to be like, oh, it's from ending that, seeing yourself and going, but I can't really get clear yet on if it's because it's supposed to just be done and then you go into something new and then there you go, you find your thing. Or if just the situation is transforming. Tell me about, what is changing? Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Whether you change this or whether somebody else, whoever took the action here, I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, either way, there's a good outcome coming from it. A small part I do pick up on, maybe there was like more in the situation or relationship than there should be. Maybe somebody was playing mind games and juggling. And, I don't know, like, you leaving or doing your thing kind of knocked them into place. Or I'm sorry this is all over. This is a hard energy to navigate right now. But I think it was the other person who was doing something, and this always could be, you know, the Gemini, so flip-flop it as necessary. But I think you were feeling down and out. You didn't really see things, and then all of a sudden you found something out. And then maybe this other person or situation was like forced to let that go, or you just dropped them. But I mean, you went to One Ring Circus. Like, you realized, like, you took action and you got this idea in this little spark to be like, I could do this on my own. Like, I don't need you. Like, I can do that on my own kind of thing. Like, I don't need you. Yeah, I hope you know that. Maybe that's what the attachment thing is. Like, I don't need you. You can go do all this stuff you want to go do on the side. You don't need me to do that. You don't need to mess with me to do that. You don't have to cause confusion to do that. You could just go do that. You could just go take yourself and go. I don't need you. And like something about, yeah, because here's like the Queen of Swords energy. Like something about, here's the moon. Moon in the Knight of Pentacles. Something about that of you just being like, okay, bet. Like, I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out as I go. It gets them to be like, but wait a minute, you know, whoa. Don't go to such extremes. Like, okay, fine. I'm sorry. And they're now like trying and offering or something, because now like you're just like cold and pulling your energy back, and you're just like, I don't know, I just want to be like, ain't nothing but a thing type thing. Like, your energy is just totally like that, and they're just like, wait a minute, why don't you care, why don't you whatever. Like, now they're in the moon energy, and now they're trying to come and sort of offer in a way, and it just kind of changes things somehow. I don't know, it feels weird to like say that, but it does. Like, they're trying to take action and communicate and like not let it end and put in the work. So I don't know, I hope that's a good thing. Let's just go on and see. How you see yourself is the Hierophant. So, you know, on one hand, I think I just really am drawn to this, where it's like peace, deuces, although it's not really what he's doing, but that's just kind of what I'm being drawn to. Like, you've like found, I don't know, your power and your connection or something. Like, you're just know who you are, and like you're connected to your higher being. Like, you're just, I don't know, like, I'm so confused, because on one hand it's like what's crossing you is the Strength. Is it a front? I mean, I guess you could be dealing with a Leo. I mean, maybe that's what's influencing you, is maybe it's not like affecting you to where you have to have the strength. I mean, unless you're like making yourself do it and you really don't feel that way. Like maybe you're just fronting. It's very back and forth. This is a very back and forth energy. Because on one hand, it's like saying about needing confidence. And I feel like this is needing confidence. I feel like there's actually an insecurity here. But at the same time, I think you are wanting to be committed. I think you are wanting to be traditional in this situation. You want to stick to what you had. You want to stick to what's been going. I think there may be a little bit of fronting. By fronting, I mean coming across as very strong and secure. But, you know, you really are kind of insecure. And you tell me about the Hierophant. Yeah, because you have the moon. I think you are trying to connect above, to really, like, you're really trying to connect to higher energies to figure out what to do here, because you know you're having a hard time navigating this. There's no way you're not. You can't think your way out of this. You can't talk your way out of this. You know, you're trying, but it's not getting you anywhere. So I don't know if you're trying to feel your way out of it or trying to connect, like, yo, I need help. Like, to the higher beings, what do I do? And in the meantime, like, you're trying to hold face, you're trying to be strong, like, you're trying to do logically what you know you should do to rectify the situation, to hopefully save it, but at the least go down with some self-respect. But you really just don't know. Like, even if this person is like, all right, calm down, it's okay, blah, blah, it's like, but do I want to, though? Like, I don't know, because, like, in your environment, you have the 9 of Cups. Like, this person is just like, I don't know, they feel sort of smug. Maybe the strength is someone else. And maybe that's why you guys were having, like, the 5 of Swords is, you know, your wittiness and knowing matched with their ego, pride, and smugness. And you're just like, all right, bet. Like, let's have a showdown then. And then I guess as you called their bluff, I don't know. Maybe they crumbled? Maybe they didn't. Maybe they're just playing you in the same way. Like, let them think that they're winning on this, and then it'll just keep going, and then, like, because you're all logic, like, you're like, okay, I won that, but it was almost too easy. You know what I mean? It was too easy. And you're like, did it really change? Am I being played? This is confusing. Like you almost expected more of a fight. So you're just like, what are you missing? I think that's probably what I'm going to title this video. What am I missing? What are you missing? You just feel like there's something you're missing. Like, because normally there's more of a fight with this person. And it's almost just going too easy. And something just feels off. And you can't think your way out of it. You can't talk your way out of it, whether because you'll just confuse yourself more or you'll look crazy, right? Like, why would you say anything to the person who's doing what you say to do? or who is just like, all right, cool, you know, yeah, all right, and then they like kind of like give in. Like, what are you gonna say then? Like, then you're like crazy if you're just like, oh, no way, blah 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 blah, you know, like dude, what is wrong with you? Like, isn't this what you wanted? Like, you know what I mean? And you just feel like something's, what is it? But what is it? And I think it's really like pushing you higher or something, because you just don't know if you're missing something. And how they see you is the Five of Pentacles. Why are they the Nine of Cups? Why is the environment the Nine of Cups? They don't want it to end. Why are they the Nine of Cups? I really think they got caught doing something. Maybe it's sexual. And they're a little smug because like maybe they know how to work you, but also they were able to like stop the ending of this, or trying to. Because they have the World reversed, High Priestess reversed, the Lovers reversed. Either that, or they like making you feel like crap, or just that I don't really think I like this person's energy. I think this person's too smooth, and they think they know how to play it and say it and do all of what they want to do, and they know how to like say and do things. I think that's what like feel like you're missing, you know, where you're just like, they're just more prideful and egoic, and you thought it's almost like you're getting stumped mentally because you thought you would have more of a war on your hands or something, or a going back and forth, or having to prove something, or that because it's so easy, it like, and I don't know if this is their strategy or not, but it's like it almost makes you bypass everything that did happen, or everything that you should be focused on, regardless whether they admit to stuff or not. And also there's another part of you that just feels unsatisfied that it was so easy. Like maybe they know you're an overthinker, to where if they just come and just poop, there it is, lay it out, you'll just be more willing to like kind of get confused or stumped or not really focus on the important thing you really should focus on, and just get stuck there where you're just like, you don't know what to say or do because you got your way and you thought it'd be more, and it just almost mentally confuses you, but yet you just feel something's off. And it's like, what can you say? You just kind of mosey on in your way now, and then they're kind of smug, like they got what they wanted. And even though it's like you got what you wanted, like you didn't, like you're here. It's weird, right? Like, you caught them doing something, and this is their result. They're like smug and happy. They got what they wanted. You supposedly on a surface level got what you wanted, and you're here. Like, there's something like wrong with that, you know what I mean? Like, it's I feel that either this person strategized this and they know how you are, or that you're just really not having enough confidence in what you deserve. But you're so much in your head. Like, instead of feeling in what you deserve and what's going on really inside of you with like the solar plexus and having strength, you're overthinking it. And it's causing you to totally bypass and miss everything you should be looking at, which is the fact that A, they did it in the first place. B, you know, how much respect do they have for you? Do they have to earn it back? Let me see something. What? I get it's general, but let's just see for craps and giggles. What would they call it doing? So there's your Ace of Wands. Same that's in the foundation. I think someone got caught cheating. What were they caught doing? Having sex, Six of Wands, High Priestess, having secrets, getting attention. Justice reversed. Just not doing the right thing. World. It's like, I get this vibe, like, they were everywhere else but with you and giving you attention, kind of putting you on the back burner. Not really doing right, not really making a decision, not really giving you time. Yet, they were off giving attention and time and having secrets and doing not right things everywhere else in the world and with society. Whether or not they were actually having a third party, I don't know. I think so. I think some of them were. How does this person or situation see you? This person's like in two minds about you. Like they're kind of all over the place. Like on one hand, you'll have the Lovers, Two of Cups, Seven of Swords. When I ask clarify the Seven of Swords, you have Six of Cups, Knight of Swords. So there's like fondness, but yet like aggressiveness or hastiness at the same time. I mean, flip this as necessary, of course, but why the Seven of Swords? Either they don't know if you're on their path, or there's something they need to heal from and like move on from. So I'm not sure if like in the past they did some and there's still resentments they're holding, and because of that they're playing power games because they think you'll walk away from them because there's just too much stuff under the bridge. Or if at one time they haven't truly healed and they haven't really moved on from either you not giving them love or not really like speaking or whatever, or like maybe you did something with somebody else. Maybe this is almost like a payback situation too. What am I reading here? Like where it's like they really care about you. And there really is like a strong connection here. But there's some hostility and aggression behind it too. I have to say, honestly, even a little bit of sadness. Like it makes me in my throat chakra like feel like I want to cry a little bit. But I'm not saying it makes anything right and it's whatever. But this person has some level of hurt that they have not healed from. And it's either you or it's somebody before you where they have a hard time like viewing or being in or entertaining love without having a level of hate or aggression associated to it because they've been hurt before. It's like their armor, right? That either keeps them from being hurt or like I'll hurt you before you hurt me, or some of them are getting you back. Like if you had done something, or you're doing this to somebody else, where somebody did something, and the other person is paying them back. Whether this is once, whether it's over and over again. There is just such a deep-seated pain that I'm not sure if they even know about, that there's anger underneath it that is like seeding all this. Because why the Seven of Swords is the Star reversed, and then you have Chariot, Knight of Cups reversed, King of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. Maybe that's what's healing under the scenes, is that maybe things are evening out. I don't know, but maybe something is having to be talked about. Maybe, I don't know. I don't see that up here, but somehow by whatever is happening right here, either something is being healed out and it's helping this situation, or it will go apart and it's just kind of like balancing the scales. Because they're pretty smug. I mean, they're pretty... you know, like you have wish fulfillment as Nine of Cups. They're pretty happy with what happened and what they did. And for some people, it is going to be because they were able to like outsmart the person and have you not let them go. For some people, it's because like somebody in their past could have cheated on them or did something, and now they're just like seeking revenge with everybody they're with. Or you actually did something to them at one point and like really hurt them. And even though they really care about you, because that really was never healed, like truly healed, like they have this kind of aggressive restlessness underneath in them. What's their intention with you? So, God, this is so weird. It's almost like, and I do not know if this applies to everybody, so please only apply this to who it applies to. I don't know why, but this makes me want to cry. Like I don't know if it's just I feel like it's a sad situation, or if it's just all the hurt in the situation. But it's like they want the conflict to end. They do want to come back together with you and be with you. They don't want to be single or away from you. Like some people might just have to heal themselves from other situations in their life, and they just have kind of like a funny way of showing it, whether they're narcissists or have narcissistic tendencies. They have trust issues for sure, and really holding up like a facade and armor. So some of it you might not have done anything, and you're kind of getting the backlash of a past pain that they suffered. But some of you, like legit in this, might have done something to them at one time that hurt them. Even if it wasn't like third party you caught them doing. Somebody did something. And they were trying to bring you conflict. They were trying to bring you confusion. They were trying to bring you hurt. They probably were trying to bring you the type of emotions that maybe you caused them to feel at one time. And, you know, they're pretty happy or proud of themselves that they made you feel it now. I don't know if it's like really long term. I really get a vibe for some people. They wanted to even the score. Like, they don't want to not be with you. They didn't want it to end. They want you to feel how they felt. You might actually be dealing with a Scorpio, because you do have a lot of Scorpio vibes. You have the Death card, King of Cups, a lot of cup energy. So anyone can do it, but that is really, honestly, like kind of a Scorpio thought process too. And, you know, a lot of times even with Scorpios, like they'll not only do it just like usually one time, like they'll really hammer it in. Like some can do it and then get out of it, and then some might even get like stuck in that and see that they actually get some level of enjoyment or excitement from it. But either way, that's besides the point. It doesn't matter. I think what you were missing Let me just write this down. I think what you're missing is that this person was trying to teach you a lesson. I mean, it's more than that. You know, they were probably trying to find a way to heal themselves too, but they were trying to teach you a lesson. So, what, like, they don't want things to change. They just wanted to teach you a lesson. What's in your hopes is they don't want things to change, or they didn't. What's in your hopes is you have the Death card, 10 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords. So what you want maybe some of you know this too. Maybe some of you thought they were like over it and you're like, what am I missing on this? Because everything might have been like going good at one point or something, and you're just, I don't know whether you're starting to realize it. Like maybe, because what I'm really being drawn to here, maybe if some of you are dealing with Scorpio, but either way is like, here's this. Is it a bishop, a pope? I don't know what the heck they're called, but kind of makes me think of where you see yourself here. And they look like they're kind of pleading to this Scorpio person. Like maybe even for like forgiveness. Or like, why are you doing this? And they just want to have like that 10 of Cups energy back. And have, because I think this person also keeps coming up as the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe they have like Scorpio, Virgo in their chart, but either way, and you want them then to like give to you again, or like offer and like actually build in a way that will be sturdy, you know, and long lasting, like actually building. And really just make the decision to do it, so that you can decide also either way, and so that you can see and not feel confused and blinded again. But kind of like a crap and get off the pot, or like just like I really just feel this energy of, can it just be squashed? You know, can bygones be bygones? Can it just be done? You know, can it just go back to the energy that it was before all of that happened? It's a lot of leaving a lot of power in this person's court. So I don't know if this is them or this is you, but somebody really feels like they messed up. And I don't think it's them. I mean, they're sitting there in the 9 of Cups. So I don't know if you as a Gemini, again, flip-flop, that's necessary, but if you as a Gemini messed up at one time, and you're just like, you know, can we please, like, just, can you end the wrath? You know what I mean? Can we go back to the way we were before? Can you just end the wrath, please? And just start to dedicate time again and build in the way you were, in more of a grounded way, and not in a way of, you know, like the Grim Reaper just coming in and just slaying stuff, you know, like, yeah, that's pretty much that. And what you don't want is the Knight of Wands energy. You know, you don't want where, like, you want them to go back, hopefully to a king, but you don't want them to go back to the Knight of Pentacles, or you want them to go back to a Knight of Pentacles at the least. You don't want them to be flaky or in and out or just focusing on themselves or sex or, you know, even being angry or being furious or just fiery, you know, like fiery is good, you know, especially like maybe in the bedroom or something. And sometimes a little bit of excitement like that it's cool, especially for a Gemini or someone who has a lot of Gemini placements, because I don't know, it just kind of tickles their mind a little bit, but not a lot, you know. You want to be also be able to be safe with it and grounded with it and feel secure and everything. And I don't think this energy really does. I mean, it might for a minute, but this seems like something that's supposed to be more long-term, or that you're wanting more long-term, and this is not very much a long-term energy. In the likely outcome, you have the King of Cups and the High Priestess. And you have the Seven of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Then you also have peaks of joy and appreciation. So I'm going to have to really figure out how that goes in there. I don't know if I'm correct on saying this. This could be you, where you're just more emotionally balanced now. You're like, whatever. You learn and grow. You're just more in your intuition, and you kind of just defend off and hold yourself. But mostly, mostly, I think this is the other person. And I think at least at this point in time, I think they choose to stay with exactly how they are, what they were doing. I think they feel a little more content with what they did, but they go back to just keeping their energies within themselves, being a little bit more held off and secretive. Still a little bit defensive and to themselves, guarded. I mean, I have to say, in all fairness, not all fairness, but whatever. I mean, fairness being, is it fair for somebody to do that to somebody who did that to them? I guess. I don't think it's really a healing way. I don't even think it's totally mature, but maybe both of you are not mature, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not really sure, though. I can't really speak on this because I don't have a lot of levels of anger in me. Like, I'm just not that type of person. It takes a lot to truly anger me. I've never in my life ever wanted to hurt somebody, so I don't really fully understand that. And it doesn't mean I judge it. It's just I don't know if I can fully be there at that point because I've never personally experienced that to know. I do have compassion because I think this person was really, really hurt. But you do kind of have to question, does somebody really love you if they would want to hurt you? And I don't mean like accidentally hurt you, but I mean like want to hurt you. And that's not even accurate in saying that, because like I said, I'm not that person that I can honestly speak in that way. It might just be an attachment at this part, which is why it says to of Cups and attachment, or maybe at whatever time this was, like maybe this is current, or maybe this is in the past and this is a healing thing for somebody that I'm talking about right now. But maybe when this happened, it was just an attachment and it wasn't actually like really love, or an evolved way of love, or a mature way of love, or, you know, of wisdom, or maturity, and also true love. Because like I said, I've never gotten angry like that, so I can't really speak for that, whether somebody can truly love somebody and like want to hurt them in that way. I just know, like, I've never wanted to hurt anybody that I love, and I have been cheated on before. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but I don't think the person really came from like truly really bad vibes. I don't really get that. But there is a lot of water like under the bridge now. It's just still weird though, because on one hand it's like there's a situation I'm staring at that like most of the time, like I would be like, or most people would be like, no. It's a lot of immaturity, it's a lot of attachment, it's a lot of codependency. But I have this weird feeling, and I'm not sure why, that there's something transforming in it. So let's see if I can figure this out. Hold on. Your life is filled with happiness, so share it with others. And then gratitude is like laid over that. And then I wanted to know what went from the Two of Cups attachment to that outcome. And there's financial constraints, 7th chakra, and cornucopia. And I think the financial constraints is coming up as a lot of the energy of the 5 of Pentacles. I almost feel like, honestly, there's some type of download, or like almost like a type of divine intervention. Where either like this not working out was a good thing, and maybe you go in a good way because of that, or there is a level of divine intervention here. Like whether it's downloads and you and or them realize things you didn't realize before. Yeah, where I think there's just, you realize there's a different way of going about things. It's like a divine timing and strategy type thing. Like there's a different way of looking at this situation. So I'm not sure if this is a current situation or a past situation, or maybe this might happen in the future, but apply it as needed. But it's like taking something that was really caused a broken heart. And honestly, I feel like this is on both sides. Maybe more yours, or at least more right now, because yours is more fresh, where theirs is more armored. I feel like there's divine intervention. Like I just keep feeling that. That's helping to heal this. Because they're just like, like they... Honestly, like, I think this person is even stuck where it happened. Like, even if they grew, or even if whatever, even if they have, like, a mask and a showing, like, they're stuck where it happened. Maybe they walked away from you, but they're still kind of emotionally stuck there. There's just some type of balance that's being had, some leveling the scales. Because they did it, they got their thing, whatever they wanted, and they hurt you. And now they're just kind of sitting and chilling with that. Maybe they're even in a point, even though they're blocked off, maybe they're doing things right now where they're like helping other people or something. Maybe, I don't know, in some way. I know it really messed them up though, whether they want to say it or not. And it broke their heart too, and they kind of got stuck there with it. They did their thing. They got their revenge. Maybe even a little something, something more. And they walked away, feeling victorious. And like I said, I don't know why, because there was the peaks of joy and appreciation. So maybe they're trying to see in the best light they can, or like maybe they're actually doing things right now to try to like help people. I'm just saying, like, all I keep getting from it is just that there is some type of, because I feel like you guys are at a stalemate, which is exactly, I think, why the Two of Swords is there. Like, you have the, in what you want, where you have the Death card, the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. I feel like you guys are at a stalemate, and there's really, like, not anything at this point that you can do. There may not even be anything they can do, but either way, energetically, I feel like there's a stalemate here. This is sad. And then on the thing on the side, the Oracle cards, you have Storm Warning and Angel of Balance. So things are being balanced right now, even if they seem kind of all over the place, or it can get kind of crazy for a minute. So I do think the likely future is that you and or them will still have some type of energetic attachment. You're both going to be kind of just still a little more balanced within yourselves. You've definitely learned something from it, each of you. You've definitely both taught each other something. But you're kind of just more staying to yourselves, connected above, but just not saying much. Being a little bit guarded. And one or both of you may be even grateful for the situation or parts of it, but trying to make the best thing out of it that you can, and you're like teaching or helping other people. I mean, I wouldn't really say that except for the peaks of joy and appreciation. Like, I will say, I do think that, like, in a weird way, each of you kind of think gratefully and fondly of each other. But I think what I mostly feel is an energetic stalemate, and that like both of you guys are just kind of guarded and closed off in your heart space. And then another card you have is you have Talisman. And underneath that you have Come Together. Next to that you have Spirit of, is that Place? Spirit of Place. And then Indecision over those two. And Talisman is about so about a lesson learned, okay. Being grateful. A lesson truly learned is crystallized as earned wisdom. You have all you need for the success you seek. Wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right things to do and the best choices to make. You really can't commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You have learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. Oh, and then let me read Spirit of Place reversed. Don't get entangled in details or desires that obscure the truth of your situation. Step back and ask yourself, what is the real nature of my inquiry? Even exquisitely seductive hidden agendas cannot conceal this. Trust your intuition. The Spirit of Place is whispering in your ear. You hold the power to tell the truth, first to yourself, then to the world. You can always distinguish between an essence that is true and one that is synthetic. Be honest with yourself and remain willing to let your situation be revealed for what it really is and not for what you want it to be. An apple can't become an orange, just as a dog never can be a bird. Are you trying to change someone or something to suit your agenda? Only when you see things as they truly are will you find the real treasure. So a lot of the energy that's really coming up is like, I think you're really trying to figure out like what to do. Whether it's like, do I push it to come together and fix it? Or do I just let it be what it just was? And you're like kind of at that indecision. And it's, I guess, a hard lesson. Like you have ecstasy, yielding, rapture, bliss. I'm sure it was like really intense. Supernatural, inexplicable, miraculous, otherworldly. It really feels honestly like a spiritual type connection at the very least. Karmic, and there was a contract to learn something. Especially if you have a Scorpio vibe here. They love teaching things. So, resurrection, reprise, recovery, comeback, transgression, flaws, contradictions, mistake, death rite, saying goodbye, formal occasion, honoring lives, connecting deep within, sacred dance, instinct, eternal youth, energy, newness, vitality, last day in the light, unexpected ending, surprise changes, sudden shifts, have trust, renunciation, sacrifice, renunciation, offering, letting go, call for help, reach out if you need it, sovereignty, independence, free will, have compassion, love conquers all, enduring loyalty, eternal love, lasting commitment, creator, catalyst, maker, mother, father, past is a prison, bitterness, grudge, refusal to let go, risk taker, rule breaker, absolution, forgiveness, penance. Let's see something. So I feel on one hand, I'm going to pull some cards of advice on this. But I really feel like it was a lesson. It was meant to be a lesson. I do still feel like something is changing in the background or something's happening in the background that you don't know. Whether it be this situation fixes itself, it comes back, but it's not at your control. So that, it's just doing its own thing. So do your own thing. Or if it's just literally like something better comes. Because that's what I was getting when I first laid the cards down, is like trust, spirit or the bigger plan on this, that it happened for a reason, and like something bigger is coming for you. Something better is coming for you. And yes, it was intense, and I'm sure like regrets and guilt and wondering and being in your head, like it can really suck, and in the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and the what ifs. But you can't change it, and like you are who you are now because of it. So just be grateful for that. Like if it wasn't supposed to happen, it wouldn't have. If it's supposed to come back around, it will. But you have to remember, like, if this type of dynamic was going on, even though there's a strong attachment in this, it couldn't have really been love, because people who love each other don't want to hurt each other. Whether you meant to hurt them or not, I don't know whether you meant to hurt them. I do know they meant to hurt you. And that may not even say they're a bad person. It's just they were really hurt. And in their mind, they were like, I want them to see what it feels like. Like they're going to know for sure how it feels. And most people who have that type of mentality, like, I mean, it's not just like one time. It's really ingrained. I mean, they're really going to make sure that you know and you've got the lesson. So whether, I don't know. And I mean, they're still in their wound about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if you meant to hurt them or not. But hopefully, like, they'll kind of heal on that and then be like, that sucks. I wish I didn't do that. Or maybe then at least they can just forgive and let the hostility go and see you in a different light too. But if not, I mean, at least now, thank God that did happen, I guess. Because now if you meet somebody worthwhile that is worthy to have your heart, you won't do that to them, because you did learn the lesson. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know personally I had a situation like that when I was younger, and I didn't have to have that happen to learn the lesson, just because of the way my heart is. It hurts me to hurt people. So instantly I had already learned my lesson. That's something I will never do again. Like I have never done again. But it doesn't really matter. This person had to find some way to make themselves feel better, or, have some type of, whether it was revenge or whatever. I feel like I really want to pull like some cards of advice, because I feel like for me it's a little too muddled for me to give great advice on this. It's a sucky situation, and it is what it is. Let's see, what decks do I want to use for advice? But, I mean, as far as not to make you feel bad, I mean, you still have a whole world around you to take advantage of. And, like I said, I mean, I'm just going to stop. It would be nice to break the attachment. But maybe not. I mean, maybe the universe or spirit's doing something special that you don't want to. What advice do you have for this situation for Gemini? Nothing is wasted. Know your worth. Set healthy boundaries. Time to heal. Yeah, for sure. You see clearly now. Dream the world into being. Act as if love is all around. Sometimes life stings. Some of you also might have a lack mentality where you have like the Five of Pentacles over here, and then you do have the issue with the solar plexus. So some of you might also have a hard time with the attachment of this because you will go more into a coulda, shoulda, wouldas, or what ifs, blah, blah, blah. Because, I don't know, you don't either, maybe don't see your worth to see the other options or think you can get it, or you don't see your other options. Yeah, like see the big picture. Truth transcends illusion. See the big picture. It's telling you to go out and like see the world around you, like see all the other options, see all the beauty, the other beauty that's available to you. Have your confidence back, you know, be fearless, be bold, blah, 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 whatever. Trust in divine detours. Exactly. I feel like something's going on here. Freedom is yours. Bring a gentle touch. Claim your independence. Like, it's like there's something that you're supposed to learn. There's a new cycle that you're supposed to learn. Because remember, we started this off with the World card. So there's something else you're supposed to see now. And like this lesson isn't really it. Like this lesson is old, it's outdated. Now there's a new lesson and a new part of yourself you're supposed to explore. And, you know, maybe it's not supposed to be about like so much about like hurt and, you know, all those things. Like it's about seeing the beauty in the world and about seeing yourself again, you know, having your confidence, having your clarity back, having your thoughts back, like feeling the abundance and seeing the abundance, having gratitude, you know. This lesson at some point in your life, whether it's some type of endeavor or relationship, is going to be something that in a way you're going to be glad it happened, maybe because, I don't know, maybe you won't make the same mistake again. Maybe you won't make the same mistake this person did and how they handled it with you. Not saying it was a mistake, whatever. I guess they had to do their own thing, but maybe there was something you also learned from them. I find myself in parallels all the time. And you want to do things differently. Hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, maybe one day you can explore new energies with this person. But if not, because of this, you'll be able to learn from it and explore beautiful new energies with somebody else as being like more mature and as having learned. And also in truly loving, like better things will come for you, because I mean at the end of the day this was a very strong connection. I do believe it went the way it was supposed to be honest with you. There was a very contractual agreement feeling to it. I do think there's something going on now, though, that's not being seen about this. And it's either about this relationship or it's about healing you to push you forward into your new cycle away from this. So apply as necessary. But I do think you have good things coming. And this relationship, it really didn't have a great foundation in the way it started out. Whether it was just because you did something first and then they did that to you, whether you guys really didn't actually love each other, it was either codependent or there was like more of an attachment, whether you were both just young and or immature, but there wasn't a really strong foundation at that point. It wasn't true love, because I just know for me, what I've learned in my years of growing up is, for one, I've never, honestly, haven't even had to grow up. I've never ever wanted to hurt anybody, and I don't say that judgmentally, I just never have, but I might have done it accidentally, but I never wanted to. But love is a choice. To me, love is a choice, because, you know, everybody gets together and that newness kind of wears off, the honeymoon phase or whatever. And then after that, you choose every day what you do. And it doesn't mean it's wrong if you don't choose. It's, you know, as long as it's still good for you and what's best for you and feeding your energy and nourishing you, and you're growing and it's inspiring you, like it's not blocking you or making you miserable or shutting you down or whatever. As long as you can still grow and flourish and do your thing, then whatever. But especially for a Gemini, you know, because I'm a moon and rising Gemini, so you can tend to get bored a little easy. So I know there's been many times in my life, you know, being with somebody that I've had to like choose. It's always a choice. And then after I choose, like, you know, things happen and we either get closer together or whatever. And there was just something that happened in my life at one time where I realized, like, love is really about a choice, and it's about what you feed, and it's about what you nourish, and about what you want to. And love really isn't just a feeling. Like, that's more, I feel it's something else that's speaking to you. Sometimes it could just be, you know, triggers or things showing you your wounds from your parents, or just attraction or whatever. I really believe love is a choice, and it's where you choose to put your energy. It's where you choose to invest. It's where you choose all that. Sometimes it feels better than other times, but just one or both of you continued not to choose to invest anymore, you know? And I'm sure there was some type of fondness, but I don't know if you really lost out on a lot of love, because if somebody could do that and hurt you and feel good about it, I don't know. I mean, maybe they have some healing, and I have respect for that, but I think there's a difference between someone hurting you and then feeling bad about it, but they did it to teach you a lesson, than somebody hurting you and like they actually feel good about it. Like, they feel good and they feel smug. Like, it still kind of makes you wonder a little bit, you know? Like, did you lose out on something? Did they really love you? Like, did they care in that way about you? Because I don't know. I mean, I don't know how everybody thinks, so who am I to say whether someone can love you and do that and feel okay about it? But I would feel a little better about it. Again, who am I to judge? But I would feel a little better about it if somebody did it because they were that hurt and they did it for like revenge, or they wanted to teach you a lesson and then they felt horrible about it. But for someone to do that, whether you hurt them or not, and then they feel good about it, again, I can't really say. I don't really tap into like anger or rage or resentment that well. There's just not energies I naturally tap into, so I may not be the right person to talk to about that. But it's just hard for me to see. But that's okay. I mean, maybe this person would have a hard time seeing where you are coming from with this. I mean, that brings up a good point. Like, maybe this person, and maybe that's something that the universe is helping them with, in having a hand in, is helping show them like where possibly you were at the time, is maybe they think you actually meant to hurt them, or maybe they're just like, oh, they were just like so much not caring or whatever, instead of realizing that maybe you were going through something, maybe you were working out of something. Like, they didn't really see, maybe they didn't see your humanness in the situation. I could be going like so out left park with all this, I don't know, so click off if it doesn't for you guys apply. But maybe they didn't see where you were coming from and see that you were caught in something, or that you made a mistake, or like you didn't see, like you were just caught in your own wounds or your own triggers or your own patterns or your own whatever, that like you didn't mean to. And maybe that person's like, how do you not mean to do that? How do you not mean to XYZ? Blah, blah, blah. You know, and they just really didn't see your point of view. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Spirit is helping them now to where show them, oh, like maybe they just didn't understand your point of view. So now you understand a little bit more of theirs, and maybe that'll help you heal. And I'm not saying all this to like hate them or paint them in a bad light. I'm just saying that either now or where it was then, I mean, that's not really love, you know, especially not if you guys were like young at the time. But I just don't think you understood their perspective. And I'm sure I don't paint all of it, you know, I'm not them, but I don't think you understood their perspective or what was going on. I think that's what you missed. But at the same time, I think that's why it was brought up to say it, was that I don't think they understood yours. I think they saw through a certain lens. Maybe they already had a wound or had already been hurt, and that covered any it covered them being able to see where you were coming from with it when whatever you did happened. There just wasn't any room for compassion or sympathy at that time to be able to honestly heal and forgive. And maybe that's what the universe is having a hand in right now. Universe, spirit, whatever, is that they're helping you with perspective to be able to heal it and have compassion. Because this person was really hurt. And then maybe at some point, like, the universe is helping them to learn like your side of things and know that maybe you never meant to hurt them, that you were just caught in like your wounds and humanness too. So maybe, I don't know. But maybe it's just either you guys just go on, or maybe like stuff's happening to where now there can actually be compassion and forgiveness, and let the energy go. Like the bad energy, you know what I mean? The one that is like all this kind of resentment or intensity or Five of Swords-y or whatever. And where you guys can just be free but not have pain in your heart. You guys can actually like mend this and be like either friends or civil or whatever else develops or whatever. So let's see. What do you have to say about this reading or connection? What do you have to say about this reading or connection? So this is the journey of love. Heaven is the card you got. It says you are meant to live heaven now, not later, sometime after you die. Now, not later, sometime after you die. What use is this life and body if not to live heaven now? Look for the mad divine genius in all that is, especially the puzzling parts of your life that make you scratch your head, or tear at your hair, or scrunch up your face and scream with frustration. Those are the places in which the divine is saying, here, heaven is hiding. Let's unveil it together. Let me show you. Let me unveil your own mad genius, divine genius right here. Look for heaven, even in hiding. It will not withhold itself from you for long, beloved. It wants to be known by you. This oracle brings you a special message. The enlightener is calling you to more, to more, to more divinity, more love, more acceptance, more embrace of life itself. There is no limit in what is being offered to you from the divine lover calling to you, the beloved. Rejoice and know that the dance of love between you and the divine is removing all veils of illusion one at a time. Exactly. That really kind of matches what I'm saying. One at a time until you behold each other. Is this spirits? The dance of love between you and the divine is removing of veils of illusion one at a time until you behold each other naked and true, finally to discover you are each other, you are love. So I guess I'll read the little poem. The sky ablaze with morning light, on silver wings a bird in light, in gratitude a tear released, a knowingness embraced at peace. She speaks to those that gaze below, ancestral wings which call my soul, to open hearts and soar above, in all the winds awaits this love. So yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm saying though. Like, I really think that there's a level of enlightenment here going on for both. And I think that's what was going on under the scenes that I could feel like something else. Because on one hand, I wanted to be like, no, this is like, pfft. But like something else was going on that was like transforming it or something. It's like, was weird. I mean, I still wouldn't like put all your eggs in this basket, you know what I mean? But there is something transforming about it, either within just you separately and them separately, or it together. I don't really know that part, but you get what I'm saying. I said it like 5 times already. So let's see. Does any other card want to speak with this? Does any other card want to speak? I don't want to do 2. So I guess 2 wanted to come out. Maybe 3. I don't know if I'm going to read all these. Burning Hero. The heat of your labor, sweet success. From the heat of your labor, sweet success will arise, and you can act now as if success has already been made manifest. It is only a matter of time before it is so. From that success, new levels of experience and creative manifestation will take place. You are in a powerful creative cycle of intensity and serenity, dancing with each other through your heart. Like the sweet relationship of day and night, this cycle yields great harvest. Offer yourself a contribution to the greater good, and your harvest will not only of earthly delight, but heavenly blessings too. I do think, because you have like the solar plexus and then you have strength, like I think there's something about your confidence that's coming back from the transformative fires of life's tests. You emerge now stronger in self-belief, overcoming self-doubt and fear, and shedding the layers that have held you back from burning as a naked flame of divine love. Peace is coming to you now, a respite from the fire before you are ready to burn into love again. Then you have She Loves. Forgiveness is here for you now. Forgiveness for your own self. Could you partake in it? Forgiveness for your own self for the times you messed up. Didn't love, forgot to trust, tried to take over, decided against surrender. Forgiveness is here for you now for the times when you couldn't forgive another, even if you really tried and really wanted to. She loves, she is here for you now. Open your heart to the angel goddess of forgiveness and let her heart fill your heart. You are free. This oracle brings you a message from the divine. You are forgiven. You are worthy of forgiveness and you are capable of great spiritual generosity in forgiving others. If there is a person that you cannot forgive, you are really just not forgiving yourself, perhaps for being vulnerable, for not knowing better, or for not listening to your own intuition. It's time to let that go and allow the forgiveness that the divine has for you to fill your heart. You are free now, you just need to release it. I do like this poem. I did read this before. It says, a cherry blossom knows when to bloom each year and never questions whether its beauty is enough. There is peace in knowing you always bloom well, yet man spends a lifetime in wonder. It's very true. I've laid there before next to plants and been just like a little bit envious or jealous of like how like easy it is for them to do things and transform and go through their cycles, and that they don't like overthink things. Like humans tend to complicate things. So you also have contemplation. Within you, there is a question arising. When you get the question right, the answer will be self-evident. But you have to plunge your consciousness deep within to find the right question, to articulate it clearly and understand what it is that you are really asking. That is true. That question within you is actually a divine gift of awakening. It is your future awakened self waiting to be found and calling to you too. Let the question arise through dreams, dance, meditation, sleep, yoga, time in nature, swimming in the ocean, bathing in an aromatherapy bath, or receiving a hot stone message. The question holds within it the next unfolding petal of the lotus of your being. This oracle brings you an invitation to enter into the mystery of your life and your being and allow the biggest question you can summon to emerge from your heart and be expressed through love. Your question may emerge as clear and shining or soft and yielding. A question with no words, only feeling. Whatever truth emerges, let that be your contemplation. In response to that question, the next step forward will unfold before you, revealed in perfect clarity and perfect timing. This oracle brings you a message from your own divine nature. Come sit with me and breathe. I want to ask you something. I want you to ask me something. Together there is a conversation that we are to have now, and there will be beautiful accord between us that overflows into all of your relationships, bringing more understanding and peace. So I do think there's like a healing going on here. There's a balancing and a healing and a, like maybe you've understood their perspective now and they've understood your perspective now. And maybe there's a chance that this stalemate will go away now that there's more of a healing and an understanding now. If not, I think both you will be able to move forward free and being able to like enjoy life a little bit more. Like you'll be a little bit more healed. So, okay. Let's pull a shaman card because I feel guided to, and then we're going to wrap this up and be done with this. Because I feel like at this point, like I just keep saying the same thing over and over again, and the messages kind of just keep saying the same thing over and over again. And honestly, what I'm finding is that most of the time, like I get the message and then I just pull oracle cards, which is cool for validation for not only me, but you guys. But it just makes the videos longer because all they do is just reiterate what I've already said. So That was a little bit hard to navigate at first, though. I was like, what is going on here? What is just one card of advice for Gemini? One card of advice for Gemini. What? Oh, wait. I guess I did only get one card. Okay. I have the Council, which is 11. It's a pretty weird number to have, 11. Most people would say that's like, maybe it's a type of divine, very spiritual connection. You know, 11. Council. The Council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. It's a lot about forgiveness here. The Council are the luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They are the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross into the world of spirit. A life review is when we place our good and our bad deeds on a divine scale and attempt to explain why we did not love or forgive or dare as greatly as we might have. Know that their wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of yes, in an unconditional relationship with life. They remind you of your place around a sacred fire, which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you own your own inner wisdom. So there's definitely a lot here about forgiveness. Like this person forgiving you, I feel also you forgiving them. There's just a lack of understanding. There's a lot of lack of understanding, miscommunication, lack of compassion. It's just a perspective thing. I don't think you understood their perspective, and I really don't think they understood yours. What do you have to say? Anything else? Anything else to say? Are we done? Anything else to say for Gemini? I feel you. I feel you want to talk. You have middle world. The middle world shows up when conditions are favorable to your undertaking. Do not hesitate. Move forward as heaven and earth are smiling upon you. The time is right, so be expedient but mindful of not being reckless. The world is your playground, and what would require great effort at any other time can be accomplished with ease right now. I don't know. I'm just going to stop it there. If you need help with the situation or navigating it or helping with this with the perspective, maybe you want to zone in more on this person or whatever, hit me up for a personal reading. Or if you do need help clearing this energy or with your heart or a type of healing, email me. But please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure you're actually subscribed. A lot of people think they are, and like YouTube or something removes them. So make sure you are and that you've hit the bell for all notifications. All information is in the description box below, except for I have not added my shamanic services, my crystalline consciousness technique services, and light language services. But like I said, if you need help navigating this or help with this, or if you just really feel stuck or something really hurts or it's hard or whatever, please email me. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. I'm sorry this is a really long video. Hopefully you guys hang with this. Geminis hang, but usually not that long. But it was a tricky energy, so I love you guys. I hope you're doing well. I'll be seeing and talking to you soon. Bye.